Major League Baseball has been in a lockout for 2 months. Baseball season is right around the corner.
Louisville Bats manager Pat Kelly is here to talk about what is ahead for his team. Good morning, Pat. Thank you for your time this morning.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
Spring training is supposed to start in just a couple weeks with pitchers and catchers reporting. How does the MLB lockout affect the Bats, if at all?
Well, I think it'll affect us player-wise a little bit, but we're actually going to spring training February 12th. We'll have the non-roster invitees that we're going to go to Major League Camp along with some of our top prospects. We'll run a mini camp, and then starting March 1st, all our minor leaguers will be in camp. We'll run a camp with about 150 players, play some exhibition games, and then open up here in April 5th here in Louisville.
So April 5th, you're 100% sure that we're going to have baseball in Louisville with the Louisville Bats?
Yes, the minor leagues are going to play no matter what. Hopefully the major leagues will be able to settle, but I think it's going to be a while before they come to any conclusion to their agreement. But we're going to definitely play.
Pat, I understand that you have like 9 or 10 people in your family who work in Major League Baseball, minor league baseball. What has this whole lockout thing been like for you and your family personally?
Well, it's been very interesting. My youngest son, Casey's a pitcher, has pitched the last 3 years in Korea, was going to come back this year and try to pitch in the major leagues. But because of all the labor troubles, he's decided to go back to Korea. So he leaves tomorrow for spring training in Seoul, South Korea. My oldest son, Chris, was an amateur scout for the San Diego Padres. And combination of family reasons and professional, he decided to get out of the game. I've got a nephew, Dustin, who's a hitting coordinator for the Cubs minor leagues. And so he's busy. And then my other nephew, Jason, is the pitching coach at University or LSU University. So we kind of got it all covered.
Everybody loves baseball in your family.
Well, and this is your second consecutive season leading the Bats. How are you feeling about this upcoming season? And let me ask you about the player Hunter Green, big prospect. Everybody loves him in Louisville. Do you anticipate Green playing in Louisville, or are we going to see him on the Reds roster?
Well, I think that's to be determined, and he's one of the players affected by this because he is on the 40-man roster. He won't be able to come into spring training right away until the agreement comes to a conclusion. So he's one of the players that are probably most affected by this because the young guys, you know, we may end up starting the season without those guys being able to play if they didn't make the major league team. So it's going to affect the young players' development. They're on the 40-man roster, the TJ Friedels, the Jose Barreros, the Leo Lopez's, Hunter Greens, those kind of guys are probably going to be affected by this the most.
Finally, Pat, I know you all have a news conference today to look ahead to the season, and minor league baseball just has its own vibe, and that's what people love about it. What are some of the things that you're excited about for this season?
Well, I'm really excited about starting the season with full crowds. You know, last year we had the alternate site in April, which was more practice games, no fans allowed. And then as the season opened up, we had very small capacity. And then as we got into the summertime, we were allowed full capacity, which was a lot of fun. The players really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to starting that way in April and really excited about going to spring training and getting everything going.
All right, something to consider. I have a friend, his name's Jude Redfield. He's a meteorologist here. He's like Louisville's Justin Timberlake. He has golden pipes, he can sing, and he can dance. Listen, I know you have a lot on your plate, Pat, but just consider it.
Have him do the 7th inning stretch for you.
He can be on the top of the dugout anytime he wants.
He's going to be the new dancing Carl. Well, Pat, thank you so much, and we wish you a great season.